as long as we're kind of sort of in the vicinity. Let me ask you can I ask you a Rafa adjacent question? Did you see that? Did you see he's playing Darwin Blanch? Darwin's Revenge, as the De La Soul lovers in the crowd will notice. No, it was a 16-year-old lefty. This is a very talented kid.
We're more of a like Tribe Called Quest guys over here on this side of the pond right now. But I appreciate the De La Soul reference, anyways.
We can do Tribe Called Quest.
Yeah.
We can save that for another show. Rafa plays Darwin Blanch, right? 16-year-old kid. You talk about Casper Ruud saying, "I beat Novak. I can tell my grandkids." Imagine your 16-year-old Darwin Blanch, probably not thinking in terms of being a grandparent, but playing Rafa in Spain. That's one for the memory. Did you have a match like that where you came out and just you were the kid? There was a legend across the net, and you had to figure out how not to humiliate yourself, and maybe even try to win as well. I mean, what is that like? What was your Darwin Blanch?
Yep, I have one that is so clear cut to me. First, so I got to number one in the world in juniors, got a wild card into Delray Beach, lost my first pro match. Second pro tournament I played, I think even before I'd ever played a challenger, was in Miami. I lived up the road. I won my first round against a guy ranked 40 in the world, Fernando Vicente, which, at that time, he was looking forward to the clay court season at that point in Miami. Second round, I'm still in high school. Right. So I have not graduated high school yet. I'm 17 years old. Still have 6 months before I turn 18. My second round draw is a guy named Andre Agassi, who is my idol. Like, I wore so many shitty pairs of neon shorts and jeans. Who wears jeans on a court in Austin, Texas in the summer? I do, because that's how much I liked him. Jeans in pink, hot pink, was into it. He comes and I'm like, I don't even know. I woke up that morning and I couldn't comprehend the situation. It's a tournament he's won a handful of times already. Miami, the crowd's 15,000 people, night session. I'm like, I have some like high school friends coming to watch. Like I'm like, we get free tickets? You're going to give me tickets and I can give them to whoever I want. This is badass. I'm going to look so cool.
You're wearing jorts and you're giving out free tickets, man.
No, I wasn't. I should have worn jorts in tribute for that match. But he comes, like, we're sharing a locker room, and so during the day, locker rooms are insane. It's like a train station because everyone's practicing. You don't see people practicing at 8 at night. Like, it just generally doesn't have. Maybe someone sneaks in ahead, to get used to lights or whatever. But that means you're really good, and you're assuming that you're going to play at night. So we're about to tee off. It's 7:00. I think Andre walks over to me at, I don't know, 6:15 or 6:30. And because I'm like walking around trying to stay out of his way. I don't know if he knows who I am. I don't know if he, like, at that point we didn't have an established relationship. The next month I was a hitting partner for him. And so like we became like acquaintances. He walks up, he goes, "Hi, Andy." I was like, and he goes, "I'm Andre. We'll have fun tonight." I'm like, "Okay, all right, Andre Agassi." And I literally, like, I couldn't swallow I couldn't breathe. And anyways, we go out there and we play, and at that, like, he was number one in the world, I think. I mean, he just punished people. Like, I was like a gangly giraffe. So I think I was like, please just hold a couple times, just hold serve. Like, let's just get through some games. Like, I had these thoughts. I'm like, gosh, this guy's number one in the world. He's your idol. Like, don't lose 0-0. Don't lose like 0-1. Don't. And anyway, so not quite the winning mentality that you need. I think it was 2-3. Which was fine. But yes, so I understand what Darwin Blanch is going through. I don't know if Rafa was his idol. It's probably one of 3 guys that was, is or was his idol.
Does Blanch train in Spain?
Blanch trains it. He trains with Ferrero.
So you think the odds are that he's hit with him before?
Not necessarily. He might have. I don't know. But I think that's like saying to someone who live in America, do you think they've hit with each other? Like, he's definitely hit. I think one of the things that'll help him is he's definitely trained with Alcaraz a ton.
Wait, I'll
right?
give you one. He's the lefty sparring partner. So he's hit with. I don't want to swear to this. I think I saw him hitting with Alcaraz when I was there at the academy last year. But he's sort of the lefty stand-in. So I don't know how well he knows Rafa, but he certainly simulated Rafa. It's an interesting angle to the story, and he plays under the American flag, but this is an international family. There's a much older brother, Ulysses, who is a really good junior who allegedly spoke Mandarin because they lived in Hong Kong, and I think he was born in Puerto Rico. Ulysses, I mean, this family's been around the world, but it's a really interesting kind of fact pattern. I'm just give Darwin one piece of advice. What are you telling Darwin before he plays Rafa?
Breathe. Focus on your breathing. Exhale when you hit the ball. Your feet have to move. Your feet are the first thing to go when you're nervous, when something's wrong. And this isn't even just for Darwin Blanch playing against Rafa Nadal. This is any of you hackers listening to this podcast. When you're nervous for Tuesday night dingles, move your feet. You cannot hit a good shot if it's away from you, if your feet are stuck in the mud. Jeff, our friend Jeff, who I play dingles with all the time, I get so pissed. I'm like, move your feet. Like,
that doesn't mess with him even
and
more.
I'm telling you, I get
exactly.
I used to get so pissed when I would train with younger players, and the cool guy warm up drives me fucking nuts. There is no, it's just warm up. I'm like, there's no reason why your feet can't be moving during a warm up. This cool guy when I see like a 14 or 15-year-old kid like hitting shots and looking cool and dragging their feet and like not actually like when Jimmy Connors roasted me one time. Like we start warming up and I'm kind of like, I came out ready to practice like most times. He's like, the 10 minutes, like your footwork is average, tour average at best. Why would you not focus on it for the first 10 minutes when the ball's coming slow? Like, why would you not get those reps in when you're not rushed? Right? Like, and so from then on, right away, like he taught me this cadence and this rhythm, and he probably had some of the best footwork of all time. But like the first 10 minutes you're hitting is like a free run at proper footwork. And coaches focus on swings and paths and look how it looks. And all that shit doesn't matter if you're not set and you can't get to the ball. Bottom up. That's how you coach. You start at the bottom with a young kid and you work your way up. And if the bottom works, you can make a living. I have seen some bad players by tour standard. Ball strikers, don't serve big, can't go through you. Great footwork, and they've been in top 100 players in the world. Bottom up. Darwin Blanch, move your feet. It is a little bit different, and there is cause for optimism. If you're Blanch and I'm his coach in the situation, which, by the way, I want to get to the fact that he's our best prospect and doesn't live in America.
I wasn't going to bring that up.
I'm going to fucking bring it up.
Yeah.
You bet your ass I'm going to bring it up.
Keep that under wraps.
Rafa isn't number one in the world. He's not peak Andre at this point. You're still on clay. You're still in Madrid. The ball jumps everywhere. If he gets a hot day, he is going to get a lesson in a ball jumping off of a court. But if I'm his coach, I'm saying, listen, all the respect in the world. You can give credit to this guy, and also he's not I don't know that this is true on clay. Time will tell. He's not a top 10 player in the world at this moment. Like he's a guy who is ranked 800 in the world. And I would be feeding him this narrative even if I didn't believe it myself. If you get off to a hot start, he's been compromised. He's not serving full out yet. I would be saying all of these things for confidence. Now, we still have to respect it, and we still have to game plan, and we still have to do all these things, but I would be trying to find sources of optimism for this matchup. But this is cool. The kid can serve. I mean, he's lefty. He's 6'4". He looks like a mini Shelton. Like he's got a cool vibe, big serve, lefty. Played in Miami, and you can tell the movement isn't going to be there for a little while, right? When his feet start making sense because he's still growing. Like you can look at him, and he's obviously not. He's not Rafa when Rafa was 17, who looked like he could bench press dump trucks. Like he's not that guy yet. But this is cool. Like, this is the type of thing, like, how fortunate is he if Rafa has 3 tournaments left or 4 now? I mean, John's going to talk to us about some stuff, but if he doesn't have that many tournaments left to be able to say, I played Rafa. So cool. Hope he enjoys it. Also, this kid is in a situation in Spain with Juan Carlos Ferrero of Slam #1 fame and coach of Carlos Alcaraz, and he plays for America. He has our flag. I don't know the financial situations. I promise you, 10 or 15 years ago, they would have tried to reel his ass back into the America, and so that they leave him the fuck alone over there. Just leave him there and let him develop, let him do it. Do not leave him, and send him all of the money. Send him all the player development money that you're taking away. Just give it to him and say, please keep practicing with Carlos Alcaraz. Please keep letting Juan Carlos Ferrero guide you. Don't come back. Just stay there and be like a top 3 player. That would be awesome. Don't have an ego about it. Leave him there. Enjoy the match against Rafa. Tangent done.